Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to The Power of One. Today we're watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, Chapter 14, City of Walls and Secrets. Welcome back, one and all, to The Power of One. I'm glad you found your way here one way or another, and I hope you stay. We're watching Chapter 14 of Avatar: The Last Airbender. The name City of Walls and Secrets does not fill me with hope about Ba Sing Se. I had hoped it was going to be kind of that last bastion of decent people. Maybe not. Last episode, again, all of our storylines are starting to come together. We see Zuko and Iroh on their way to Ba Sing Se, the Goof Troops on their way to Ba Sing Se. They stopped the drill in creatively violent ways, and I absolutely loved it. So I'm assuming this one's going to be much more of a story-driven thing as they find out the latest information, the plans of the Earth Kingdom. Here's hoping they don't fall into the cliche of, we got to talk them out of surrendering. It's the only way to survive kind of thing. Because that would not be really in line with a lot of the stuff that I've seen in the show so far. So I hope that's a pit that they managed to avoid. The show has impressed me so far with its storytelling, so here's hoping. Really, other than that, I'm really looking forward to get into this. And you know what? Today is a bit of self-care for myself. I'm recording a bunch of videos in a row. I'm going to be recording a special little something after this. It's something that I haven't really done yet, but would like to get into more when I have the time. And all in all, I'm just relaxing, doing my best to find me, and I highly suggest you try the same today. Take care of yourself. Do something that relaxes you. Do something that you enjoy. Worried about eating that snack cake when you're on a diet? You gotta cheat some time of your diet and for nothing. Feeling guilty over buying something small for yourself? You know what? Do it. If you can afford it. Don't go beyond your means, obviously. But don't feel guilty for doing something for you. Too many of my friends fall into that one. It's not actually a matter of whether or not they can afford it. They feel guilty for doing something for themselves. And it's a terrible mindset to be in, and I was in it for the longest time for myself. I hate it and do everything that I can to help work against it in others. But don't feel guilty for treating yourself well. You need to take care of you before you can fully and effectively take care of others. It is desperately important. You matter. 100% you matter. And contrary to what your brain's telling you, you matter just as much as the people around you, the people you love. In someone's mind, the people around them that they love means so much more to them because they are lights in the darkness. They are the moon that shines on a dark night. They are a gleaming, shining example of what hope is in the world to them. And they never want it to go out. So they see that person as more important than they are. Have you ever asked that person how they see you? You might be surprised that it might be very similar. So take care of yourself just as importantly, just as emphatically, just as energetically as you take care of others. Because you 100% matter. All right, folks. After all that, why don't we get into this next episode here and see what Ba Sing Se holds. Let's do the thing. Oh, I still absolutely adore that as a means of transportation through the Earth Kingdom. That is awesome. Really creative.
Hey, don't jinx it. We could still be attacked by some giant exploding Fire Nation spoon. Or find out the city's been submerged in an ocean full of killer shrimp.
Ooh.
I'm just saying, weird stuff happens to us.
He's not wrong.
Don't worry, Aang. We'll find Appa.
It's such a big city.
He's a giant bison.
Thank
Where
you.
could someone possibly hide him?
Thank you, for the love of God, thank you. I was just about to say that. He is a giant bison. He's like the last of his kind. If you think the Whisper Mill isn't going to be all over that, you're dumb.
What's that wall for?
Oh, Ba Sing Se has many walls. There are the ones outside protecting us, and the ones inside that help maintain order.
Wow, this lady's a cross between drinking the Kool-Aid and the Joker.
Why do they have all these poor people blocked off in one part of the city?
This is why I never came here before. I always heard it was so different from the way the monks taught us to live.
Class subjugation, got it.
Your request for an audience with the Earth King is being processed and should be put through in about a month. Much more quickly than usual.
This is that place. Got it.
And which of your professors could we ask about the war with the Fire Nation?
God, I hate places like this.
I mean his pet skunk bear.
Or his armadillo bear. Gopher bear?
Just bear.
This place is weird.
Okay. This scene is amazing. It's the sum total of everything I've been talking about. Like they just went through all these different kind of bears, and I absolutely love it. And when it was just plain bear, she was like, "This is weird." Okay. I absolutely adore the writers for acknowledging what I'm sure everybody was saying, or a lot of people were saying at the time. Thank you, writers, for commenting on that, because it is astounding. Thank you. You clean up nice. Emperor Momo.
This is the best tea in the city.
The secret ingredient is love.
Imagine that. Iroh starts working at the tea house, and now it's the best tea in the city. Like, this is the man's dream job. He was born into royalty and, on the front lines during wars and all this, but such a simple job brings the man such joy. It is amazing.
You're the one who needs help.
Woo! Great dichotomy going on in this episode as well. You have the intense street fight, and then you cut to high society where everything is that fake, calm, serene, quiet thing going on. It really is an interesting bounce back and forth, and it lends gravitas to both, as weird as that sounds. Oh, that was terrible. Ooh, that is shiny and pretty. I like it.
You don't understand. They're Fire Nation. You have to believe me.
Yet more proof that you can be absolutely and utterly right. Just don't be a dick about it.
What's most important to His Royal Majesty is maintaining the cultural heritage of Ba Sing Se.
What?
Silencing talk of conflict, Ba Sing Se remains a peaceful, orderly utopia. The last one on Earth.
Because you are brainwashing motherfuckers. What kind of children of the corn shit is this? So, Ba Sing Se is trying to keep ignorance high for the sake of their people. No one sees a problem with this. Good Lord. They literally just had this drill dozer try and go through the outer wall. And I guarantee no one on the inside heard of it. Or if any of the refugees that saw it tried talking about it, they all got brainwashed like Sparky. Holy crap. Ba Sing Se is terrible. But it is awesome storytelling, because for the last season and a half, they've been building up Ba Sing Se as this final secure bastion of hope. And now you realize it is a terrible place to be. So now, what happens? Where do we go? Where does the team go? How do they get resources together to do this war? If they can't tell the city and its defenders when a good time to strike back against the Fire Nation is, what is the point? This is going to be an interesting turn in the story for where things go from here. So, bravo to the writers again for just pulling the rug out, and there is no safe place right now. Because they may be secure in the walls, like the Fire Nation may not be able to get in, but they are not safe. And Homeboy just made that amply clear. Don't get me wrong, that gives them plenty of time to find Appa and go find Appa. But I understand that the implications of everything this guy just said and what they were doing to Jet. Oof, this place is probably worse than the Fire Nation. Like, this place is forcing people, like, mind-bending them into believing this is just a perfect place. And let's, of course, not forget the cultural segregation. I'm sorry, not cultural. Financial segregation? Class segregation. That's what I'm looking for. Because you got your lower, your middle, and your upper. But, yeah, Ba Sing Se sucks. Oh my god. So, yeah, looking forward to the next one. We'll see what happens. Remember, folks, take care of yourself. Do something nice for yourself. Look in the mirror and remind yourself that you are just as important as everybody else. If you can't look in the mirror and do it, you look right in my eyes. You look in my eyes right now. You are just as important as everybody else. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You are that important. So, folks, thank you for watching my video. I appreciate you coming by. I appreciate all the comments. Do something for yourself. And I will catch you all in the next one.